interested mainly not in the case itself, I think, but in the psychological aspects of the characters involved.
Yes, I mean, and also the fact that it's an unsolved case, and what happens to the people working on a case when they can't solve a case, and you know, what kind of frustration comes up, or how they, and then also in the case of Johan, how he gets obsessed with the case and how he starts questioning his own attitude towards women. I mean, even if we don't see him at all having relationship with women, but for instance, the thing of asking all the time, you know, did you sleep with him? Did you sleep with him? Did you sleep with him? And when Clara's friend Nani says him, why do you ask all those questions? It's almost as if you are accusing her of being partly responsible for her own death, because she's had many sexual experiences. And then I think that at that moment, there's really something that starts shifting in his mind, because he becomes aware that yes, that he also has prejudices and ways of thinking that are not really appropriate. And so of course it was the psychological development of the characters, and that interested me. Yes.
And how does that psychology go into your films in a visual style? Because I was wondering, I've seen many of your films, and you have this certain style of showing things that are suspense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well.
And also how the characters are lit and stuff like that. So maybe you could just give us some ideas about that concept.
Yes, I mean in that film in particular, I mean my directing style, if there is one, is quite controlled, and I'm not. I didn't want to be too close to the characters, so the shots are always a bit wide, and where you also see them in their environment, and it's not cut, you know, every 5 seconds, so that you have time to be with the characters and to see how they think and how they react to certain things. Because for me, the important thing is the inner turmoil, you know, what's going on in the people's head under the surface. And I think if you have an agitated way of directing, you see it less what's going on, which doesn't mean that I don't like films that can be, you know, very handheld or very tight all the time. But for me, I feel more at ease with that kind of directing.